and you can turn a nigga inside out. See all this in the thoughts and everything, thinking about all this lies, all this truth, all this flaws, all this fear. You be surprised what you come to find out about your peers. You can turn a nigga inside out.
Here we go again. The last interview of the year. This the last interview of the year. And it's been one I've been waiting for all year. You get what I'm saying? Because I got two family members in a sense, because that's my cousin, AV from, and then I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself. Who we got in the building today?
Chuck Treezy, Chuck Treezy, Dade County Ambassador, you hear me? Liberty City to the fucking fullest, you hear me? That's what we do. You know what I mean? Chuck Treezy, you already know, legendary with this shit, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Super producer, AV, Clockwork 305, out of Mississippi. So you know a nigga got a little funk. Let's go.
Yeah, what's up? Let's go. First and foremost, this how I like to start my hey, first off, I want to say appreciate y'all coming through. Oh, December 31st, because I know y'all could have been with y'all fam, but y'all came through to make it special for Ebonically Speaking.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you for having us. You
y'all,
already know.
y'all.
That's what's up. Nah, I always like to start with these questions, this particular question, because I would want to know how you became Chuck Treezy.
Oh, man, hell, I became Chuck Treezy, shit. Had to be, I was Rap Treezy first. That was when I first started. It had to be fucking 15 years ago. You know what I mean? I was Rap Treezy first. My rap name, but my nickname Rabbit. My family called me Rabbit, so I cut the rap and play a rap, and then I like to smoke trees, so I connect the tree to it. But then when I started reinventing myself, like 2014, 13, I had to reinvent myself, come back out. I was wearing Chucks, you know what I mean? Because I'm a Chuck Taylor fan, really. So, you know what I mean? I added the Chuck, erased the rap, and he's done. Added the Chuck, new vibes, and we got Chuck Treezy, you know what I mean?
Treezy, okay, that's early. You gave yourself that name.
Better believe. Chuck Treezy.
I just stuck. And the street started calling you Treezy.
Treezy.
That would even put the tub in front.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? They were like, yeah, sometimes some niggas like, Chuck, what it do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Well, most of the videos, they go, they Treezy, you know what I mean?
So if it's safe to say you were, would you call yourself a weed rapper in a sense?
A weed artist.
A weed
Weed artist. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely translate through marijuana and through medicinal, and you know what I mean? I'm definitely, yeah. And I like that. You know what I mean? I ain't even thinking that little, but it's ebonically speaking. You hear me? I like that, man.
I mean, because believe it or not, though, you know, every region has one or two.
You better believe.
You know what I'm saying?
You better believe.
And it always is. And South Florida ain't really had one that claimed it. Like,
Nah.
you get what I'm saying? Even though you got Wiz, you had Cypress Hill doing our era, you know what I'm saying? So there's Snoop Tookie from them.
You're right.
Somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to ask you that. Since I met Chuck Treezy, I've been wanting to ask you that first. So we're going to switch over here to AB right quick. How you became AV? What AV stand for?
Man, I'm an old head, nigga. As my initials, nigga. Aaron Barrett, nigga. So basically it was for my mama, so she would be like, she wouldn't ask, like, you know, something like, who this crazy nigga? I don't know that name. No, it's AV. You name me that, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna run with AV. So that's who I am. You already know.
Okay, all right, that's what it is. So, what else I want to ask before I start digging into these questions, man? How y'all two met?
I met this nigga through another nigga.
Yeah, man. Man, through another nigga, one of our good friends, DJ Lex, you know what I mean? Big Lex.
Shout out to Big Lex.
You know what I mean? Shit, it had to be what, fucking 9 years ago.
Yeah.
9 years ago, man. He brought me to the crib. You know what I mean? Told me, hey, this my producer. This nigga Fi. I'm like, yeah, whatever. This nigga played a couple of shit. I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, you know what I mean? And shit, ever since then, I've been at his house even with the arguing doing, nigga.
So it's safe to say that, I mean, just was a prayer forward a little bit. It's safe to say that, okay, so it's safe to say that The first time you met and heard him, it was like a nuclear. It was something that it missed.
Crazy, yeah. It was like, okay, nigga, I found Kanye, nigga. I found Kanye. When I found what I ran into Kanye. You know what I mean? He was just so versatile. You know what I mean? With his melodies and they can do soundtracks and he can do smoke. And it just was really what it is, man, it's just how he translate your vision through his hands or through his mind. You know what I mean? Like he can take your vision, whatever, I don't give a fuck if it's beat, whatever, and he'll take it to the next level. You know what I mean? So it was that, man. It was just his translation. And here, man, he just a Gemini too. You know what I mean? That's my that's my niggas, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? He a Gemini too. So it was like, man, like I read it to a good friend, man. Besides the music, we'll, you know what I mean? Sometimes we'll talk about music sometimes. So besides the music, whatever, man, it's like I just found a good best friend. You know what I mean? If I say it, that's one of my best friends. You know what I mean?
Going on air.
I ain't know him, and I ain't know him for 20 years. You know what I mean? So it's all about quality to me. You know what I mean?
For life. Cause I know how that I met him about 3 and I had called him my brother.
Yeah, me, so that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
All
The
love.
flow, so I gotta say now, and now Mr. AV,
Yes, sir.
how you transition down here to Miami? How this happened, bro? Cause you came from Mississippi.
All right.
Alright, your music career got started. Talk to
All right. Coming.
that show need no, cause this that like you gifted is crazy. Yeah.
I appreciate the love, but shoot, I started off in Mississippi, of course, Gulfport, Mississippi. Ain't the Mississippi that y'all think of, but it's right there on the coast. You might as well say it's like I call it baby Miami, but we ain't got no Cheetos. So that's the only thing about that. But as far as like the music, I was in a band, you know, I was in a white band, if you want to say. We ain't had no real, you know, flavor like the black schools did. But as far as like, I had to come up with music for, it was half and half black and white band. So I had to make some shit, you know what I'm saying, or write some shit for the band, you know, to pep up the band. Like, okay, we playing all this white shit. Yo, let's, can we, you know, listen to or play some soul, you know what I'm saying? So basically, you know, that's what went down. I was listening to the radio, had a keyboard, found all the notes, you know, told the trombones play that, told the trumpets play this. I played the tuba, you know, the drums, it was self-explanatory. So that's basically how it started off with me actually arranging music and getting into understanding chords and, you know, all those things. So don't forget your New Orleans back. Definitely, I was next. So, you know, after I graduated from you know, from Mississippi, Gulfport High School, I went to college at SUNO, Southern University in New Orleans. And that's when I really understood how much I didn't know, you know, because I think that's the thing about music is, you know, when you're learning it, you want to be a student, but there's no like place where you can be like, oh, I did it, I'm complete. Nah, my teacher, he was Kid Jordan, that was his name, old jazz guy, played the saxophone. You go to his, he ain't have no big classroom, he just had like a little room, you know, for about 4 or 5 students that could just fit in there. But you go by there, he playing, so I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Peek in his door, he in there by himself. So I'm like thinking that, you know, well, shit, what's he practicing for? This dude is already a fucking monster. So he let me know or made me realize how much I didn't know, you know, and that's what started me on my journey to understanding music on many different levels, jazz, hip hop. So when Chuck was basically saying, you know, yeah, he can take what's in my mind and put it out, I've kind of been made to do that, you know, because understanding notes and shit, this shit, yeah, I can get deep with the shit as far as frequency and how that shit affects your body on a physical, you know, but that we can, that's another conversation, you know.
I mean, because I ask because it's like I know people that know how to do the computer type of production. You get what I'm saying? That's what I call it. They know all the keys on computer. But you know production. You get what I'm saying? So I say that to say, so when you first started, it was automatic that you was recording artists, or it was just live music and arranging live music?
Well, it started off as me. Okay, my dad gave me bought me a keyboard. And if you want to know where clockwork comes from,
That was coming.
all right.
Go ahead.
So,
I'm coming to that.
I had a keyboard. It was a Yamaha some bullshit or other, but to the point where it didn't have no sequencing. I don't know if y'all understand what sequencing is. It's basically taking a whole bunch of layers and putting them together. And then having it loop back in, so you have 4 bars, you play what you play on that track, go to the next track. You see what I'm saying? It's always repeating. That keyboard didn't have that shit. All it had was 4 tracks, but it had no loop function. All right. So I started off listening to all New York shit. That was the most richest shit for me as far as like instrumentation. So I took a whole summer. That's when I started, blazing a little bit. In the mornings, I'll take my keyboard, listen to a song. It could be Busta Rhymes, Ya Ya Ya, some shit. I'll remake the beat, but to the point where it wasn't, like I said, there's no loop function. So each track, I had to lay down the drums, all the drums, playing it for however fucking many minutes that song was. I'm playing it and I'm fucking up, but I'm playing it. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where I go to the next layer, I lay the bass down. I'm playing it all the way through, no loop. So that's what really got me to understanding layers and putting shit on top of shit and actually creating a song, But I went to college. Again, I left Suno and went to Baton Rouge, Southern Jaguars. Yeah, go Jaguars, y'all already know. But I met this guy. Southern Youth. So I had this homie, KG. He was a fucking phenomenal rapper. From Jersey, moved to Denver, but this dude was a monster. So anyway, my roommate at the time introduced us to each other. So he was like, "Yeah, man, I got some equipment at my apartment. You can come over, slide through, blade, whatever." And over there, he had a nice little drum machine, a Roland DR 505 or 808 or one of them shits, and a little Yamaha keyboard. But he had it chained together to the point where, it was talking to each other. Like you press start over here and it starts over there. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only downside to this keyboard was it only had 2 bars. It only gave you 2 bars of space and then it'll repeat. So basically 8 beats if y'all don't know what 2 bars are. So to the point where it goes and it comes back. But the problem was it's 2 bars. How can I make more bars out of this shit, man? That's not enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So take the tempo and slow it down. So in other words, if the BPM was 160, I put it to 80.
Right.
That's how you get your 4, but you subdivide. So that's how you can get 4 bars out of, I slowed it down, but I'm playing everything faster, but you see what I'm saying? So that's how you can get the 4 bars out of 2 bars. So that's where clock work came in. I was working the fucking clock to get what I needed out of the motherfucking machine. So that's basically what it was. Yeah.
Damn, dog, that shit sounded so interesting.
And I thought it was just,
It's so fly shit.
and the way you just,
Nah, but that's the reason.
you know what I mean? Like clockwork.
I mean, but that comes from experience. But that's the reason why I ask people where they name from.
That's real.
Because a lot of people don't even take the time to do that. People actually be putting in work for them names.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
See?
Absolutely.
Because I thought the same thing. I was what he thought. Now I understand.
Yeah. I'm manipulating shit.
So it's safe to say you were, when you came, you was more of a East Coast, Northern type of hip hop head?
Man, it's funny because I moved from, New Orleans. We all know New Orleans. It's second line.
You hear me?
bounce music. It's, of course we know Juvenile and you know what I'm saying, but it's rich with music. That whole section right there is New Orleans. It's the start of fucking music, if you want to say. Jazz and all that shit is still there. You got little boys on the corner playing the trumpet right now. Can't read, but they can play the fuck out of a trumpet. But to the point where, yeah, New Orleans was the core, man. New Orleans got me. It is me. But once I moved from there, I moved to Atlanta. Atlanta has its own different set of things. At that time when I moved there, Outkast and Lil Jon and, you know what I'm saying, the Young Bloods, all them niggas was vibing, like doing it right there. That was their time, you know what I'm saying? So I moved there. I actually got to the point where I met a lot of people there. I mean, Atlanta was one of those places where you can go there and, you can run into some people, no bodyguards, no managers in front of you. No, you talking straight to this dude. So I got to the point where I got to Stankonia. Got my CD in my pocket. Studio. I'm like, okay. My favorite band, my favorite group, my favorite rapper is Andre 3000. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there. But to the point where I was in heaven. I was like, I'm finally fucking made it. I walk in, there's a room to the right. I look in the room, big boy up in there playing Madden with somebody else. I said, holy shit, I'm here. I'm here. So
Big dog, man.
you're like, yeah, come on. It was just me, KG, the rapper from college, and my other homeboy. So my other homeboy knows a lot of people, but I'm not gonna name drop. But anyway, to the point where he got us to the studio, and Big Boy told us, come on, sit down. So we started seeing him play the game. Dude lost. Big Boy beat his ass, and he's like, somebody grab a stick. So I grabbed the sticks. So I started playing. So we playing. Meanwhile, my boy and KG went next door to LaFace. He had to go meet one of his, goddamn it, who was the rapper? I can't remember the name. He ended up dying. But anyway, he went next door. So next thing you know, I'm sitting right up in there playing Madden with Big Boy. And me and him. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm just waiting on him to say, bro, what you do? Or what
What is you?
Yeah. So he said, yeah, man, what you doing here? I said, man, I produce. So he's like, really? Okay. We went back to playing. So I'm thinking that, you're gonna say, okay, well, let me hear something. So then he came back and said, that's all you do is produce? I said, yeah, that's pretty much all I know right now. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I was about to say, but I got my CD in my pocket, he was like, well, damn, you need to learn something else then. And went on playing and then caught a phone call and, you know what I'm saying, went on and talking. And that was it. I was like, fuck. So that let me know that, okay, what was he saying? Like, producing ain't enough. Being a producer ain't enough.
Right.
Maybe he didn't have an engineer. Maybe that engineer was there and he left to go next door and he probably needed an engineer. So I said, you know what? I need to go to school and learn how to fucking work all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sitting up in the studio, like, all these buttons around. And I'm like, man.
Okay, so when you, when you first learned how to do ducks and the engineer is not part of it.
And the engineer, I didn't know shit about engineering.
And all that was one in the hole. Okay.
Nah, so once I learned, once he told me that, I was like, nah, that's a whole into some shit that I don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was recording my homeboy on a track recorder, but did I know what a fucking aux send was? Did I know what a compressor actually did? I know what an EQ was. I mean, all our radios had that shit back in the day, but to the point where all the shit that really, like the studio tools, I don't know what the fuck all that shit is. I really, the effect, send, return, what the fuck is all that? So
I still don't know.
yeah, man, I didn't know all that shit. So I said, you know what? Something happened in Atlanta where I kind of fizzled out. I was like, you know what, Atlanta. Oh, this is what it was. So me and my homeboy, I was dropping him off at Lenox Mall, and the nigga was like, yeah, my homeboy's coming to pick me up. So we pulled up in the parking lot, and we sitting up, chilling or whatnot. So waiting on his homeboys to come. So I see somebody pull up behind us, and I'm saying, hey, bro, I think that's your people back there. So he looked back there, he's like, nah, that ain't them. And then came and sat back down. So, but I'm like, this nigga's still behind us though. I mean, you should ask your people, bro. So I get up and I say, hey, what y'all need? Bati boy them, y'all wanna hang out? I said, you know what? It's time to go. If they that brave to come and holler at you straight up, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't looking, they coming, they pulling up on you. Nah, it's time for me to go before I catch it, Balls up, they see what they want. So, I said, fuck it. I shouldn't say it, I said, fuck it. I got married because that's why I said you shouldn't say that. So me and my wife got married, moved to DC. Of course, in the South, wasn't no engineering schools like that. They had some in Atlanta, but and nothing. I was still like, it wasn't no studio. I want to learn studio. You want to put me in the studio. So luckily, my wife is from DC. She graduated. She said, baby, I'm going to dental school up at Howard. So I said, you know what? I think that's a sign for me to hit it too, because I just saw a school up there, an engineering school that I was kind of like interested in, but now this shit is even possible. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm moving up there too. Moved there, went to Omega Studios, School of Applied, whatever. I can't, it's a long ass fucking name, but to the point where they taught me everything I needed to know about Pro Tools. So Pro Tools was the motherfucking shit back then. This was back in 2001, you know what I'm saying? Version 6, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna get all technical, but to the point where, like, that was the program that let me know that I didn't need to purchase all this extra equipment. You know what I'm saying? This Phantom, MPC, you know what I'm saying? A Triton, you know what I'm saying? All this shit is fucking $3,000 a piece, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, I can't afford that shit. But Pro Tools allowed me to do everything I needed to do within the computer. So this was before Fruity Loops. I was making beats in Pro Tools, you know what I'm saying? Before Fruity Loops even came out. So they had Reason, you know what I'm saying? Reason was the thing that basically was the sound where you get all these sounds.
Shit, that was the newest shit in the Fruity Loop both.
Yep. So basically, that's how I started, and that's where I ended with, and that's where I am. It starts with Pro Tools, ends with Pro Tools. So learning all the engineering, I learned what the EQ does. I learned the proper steps of, you know what I'm saying, gain staging and what is signal flow and what is all this shit, So to the point where, it helped me out to make my beats sound the way I wanted them to sound. And that was another thing, fucking with other engineers, they couldn't get my shit to sound the way I wanted it to sound. So I had to do it myself, And it's still, as technology goes on, it's still like, damn, I'm always a student in this shit, There's always gonna be new technology that come out, So, but that's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's been a long journey, but I'm still on it,
Hey, and you damn good at it too. Damn, fair good at it too.
Appreciate it.
So out of so through all that, right? What made you lock in with Chuck? How Miami, 305 Beautify the Hood and Chuck Treezy. the perfect combination started happening.
Man, I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been a journey from us moving from DC down here, me and my wife. We jumped in head first, you know, to the point where it's like, okay, what we got to do? My wife is a dentist. She ready to go. I got my engineering degree. I'm ready to go. I already know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I went in and hollered at Fence and Icons. Did a little interning over there to the point where that kind of helped me understand who was what in Miami. I mean, of course, me coming from DC, I mean, I'm all over the place. Atlanta, I don't know nothing about Miami. All I know is Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? So introduce me to what the hell is going on. So once I got here, I met one person, this person led me to this person led me to this person. So next thing you know, I started looking at, and I'm like, hey, all y'all motherfuckers know each other. Damn, Miami is actually pretty small. So then, got to our brother, Big Lex. And Big Lex was like, bruh, my boy Chuck, yeah, man, that beat that you sent us, man, check this out. So I'm like, who that nigga singing? And he's like, that's Chuck. I said, no, hold on, that nigga's a rapper. No. You don't sing like that if you're a rapper. Like, this nigga sound good. So, bruh had a video shoot. Chuck shows up. So, next thing you know, bro was like, yeah, that's Chuck. That's the nigga that was singing. That's the nigga that was singing. I said, damn, bro, man, you sound awesome. So next thing, man, your shit is hard, bro. Your shit is. I said, man, I appreciate it. He's like, bro, I don't know how you did this fucking beat, but so I always fuck with him because he always be like, nigga, your beat was like, all I heard was. I'm like, damn, did I put all that shit in there? Damn, for real, I put all that shit in there. So, but I'm like, okay, this nigga's actually listening to my tracks. He's listening to it in another way, not just as a fan. He's dissecting my shit. So, and I heard what he did on my track already. So I'm like, oh no, this nigga's a drum. He's a drummer with his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, and this nigga could sing. He has pitch. What the fuck? And he could fuck what? So I'm like, no. Bruh is serious. Bruh is a fucking. And then I seen him entertain. I seen him like perform. And when I say I saw him entertain before, yeah, that's what he was doing. He was entertaining instead of performing. You see what I'm saying? And that was the thing that I was like, man, you can't teach this shit, bro.
Right. Okay, so now about you coming from all the places, right? You done been around town, been different places like that. Did you kind of have a stigma? Did you kind of judge people from down here at first when you first came, being a fan of hip hop?
I mean,
did you expect everybody to be like Trick Dan?
To be honest,
Honestly,
that's a good question. I came actually open because, you know, I was always into different types of music. Reggae, I can make reggae shit too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shit, me and my wife got married in Jamaica. You know, so to the point where I was looking for. I just knew that Miami was open for all of that shit. It was a multicultural place, you know what I'm saying? And then coming from DC was pretty multicultural also, but Miami is something totally different, you know what I'm saying? And I was just open to it. But as far as to answer your question, nah, I didn't really think that everybody was Trick Daddies out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you gotta think about it. I come from Mississippi where we had goals, niggas with goals, and you know what I'm saying? It was, like I said, it was a baby Miami. Gulfport is really like a baby Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to the point where that's just what it was. I looked at Miami as a bigger Gulfport. That's what it was, and that's how I looked at it. So, you know, it was all love from the start. So I ain't getting nah, everybody Trick Daddies out here. Nah.
okay, that's good. Because you know, because it took a minute, man, for a lot of stuff we pushed past that everybody was expecting a certain type.
But don't get it twisted. Coming from being an outsider,
Yeah.
it wasn't Trick. It was Luke. But that's the stigma that South Florida got from everybody else. You see what I'm saying? We think about Luke first. Oh, y'all them fast dancing ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
I understand Trick because, you know, Trick was spawned from this, so it kind of.
Right.
I mean, Luke was kind of older than us a little bit.
And that's true, but even still, like just the stigma of it, like now Trick is the man. We know that, you know what I'm saying. But to the point where back, you know, when I first got here, I ain't gonna say that. Before that, it was a long time, but you get the point though.
So you fan here.
Yep.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what time it is. So not Chuck. Where you say you from? You from Living City?
Let me say it now.
Hey.
Hey. So he said,
All right. So being the type of artist that you is, right? How important you feel like it is to keep like your culture and your you try to like do you try to intentionally make people know you from Living City or do you try to make them acts like damn I ain't even know that nigga from Living City. You get what I'm saying? Because most people, because I say that to say, because most people, a lot of people could be too from their city. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like a bitch automatically know, because I know I could call a few artists out that's raw, but a two from where they say, you know what I'm saying? So they can't push past another level. You know what I mean?
I'm proud of where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, I could be intentionally with Dade County, nigga. You know what I mean? It's just a vibe, you know what I mean? Or hard to know, you know what I mean? But yeah, 9 times out of 10, I'm a Dade County, Liberty City representative, you know what I mean? You feel me? But when I first started rapping, I didn't, you know what I mean? A lot of people ask, where you from? Where you from? Where you from Miami? You sound like you from Miami. Well, you know what I mean? So that's why I started putting more, you know what I mean? Because, hey, if you like the sound, then just the sound now. It's a melting pot. It ain't just, you know what I mean, trick, you know what I mean? But it's a little trick in there too, you know what I mean? But we raised by it, you know what I mean? That's what we did, you know what I mean? That's a Bernie guy kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? That's, Luke was, we danced all the Luke or whatever, but it was trick, you know what I mean? So intentionally, hell yeah, they can't, you know what I mean?
Think it made it hard because most people when they start listening for Miami artists, they be listening for a trick. Well, probably not now because a few more artists came after that. But when you first started, because you around the same age, you got me, you know what I'm saying? When you first started, you think it made it hard for you? Harder?
For like just being,
Yeah, for people to say,
yeah, because it was like really trying to cultivate a style, you know what I mean? And you wanna, because like you say, Miami, I don't think Miami we always had like a undertone sound as far as like rapping, and it was more like, I think really, but really, like Trick was Trick was what was set off, but the sound wise is more piccolo, is more dance like, yeah, you know what I mean? It'll be that, you know what I mean? So if we kind of derive from that, from the dancing, you know what I mean? Then when Trick, when the Trick rap and stuff, okay, fuck with Trick, you know what I mean? But it's more of that, you know what I mean? So if the sound, if I'm gonna say the sound or whatever, yeah, it wasn't hard because it was that already, you know what I mean? We had our own sound, you know what I mean? And we more like, down there, we more like, okay, we trying to push our shit. We don't want to sound like nobody, you know what I mean? We like rap off, we fast, rap.
See, now I'm glad you asked that because I was just going to ask you that. I was just about to ask you, like in the newer artists, could you still listen to a new artist and hear like a South Florida tone in them? Or
New artists today,
yeah, like could one fool you? Like, yeah, I didn't even know he was from the crib.
oh yeah, it's a few. Like what his name is? No, Denzel. Okay, if I'm saying his name right, Denzel Corey. Oh, I got that. It's one for me from Little Miami. And when I heard him, the shit, he was mad and everything. Fuck is this from North Miami? So I'm like, oh, okay. And he don't sound nothing. He had more like a West Khalifa, you know what I mean? That. So it's definitely, but it's okay. You got the Zoes, like the Zoes rap more like, if the Zoes from North Miami and Lil Haiti, they rap more like Detroit vibe. You know what I mean? But the beat's still going, you know what I mean? But then when you get to Liberty City, down south, Mike Smith is that. Yeah. We're gonna either slow it down, ball breezy, and that's his thing, you know what I mean? We're gonna put that behind, you know what I mean? So
That's why I asked, because it's a lot of stuff going on out in the industry right now, and a lot of the sounds came from South Florida. Like, particularly, I'm gonna just say Broward and Miami. But I'm saying because like by me being from Broward, a lot of people now get like, damn, I ain't know what niggas been chasing that shit for. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of the shit new. That's why I'm asking some of these questions. So when Say Cheese said that Miami ain't got no more hot artists no more, all the artists, but not one hot artists uh from Broward. Well, how you feel about that? Did you see that interview?
I seen it. And I understood I actually understood what he said. You know what I mean? Because if the reason he said it, believe me, he had to be down here for a minute. He had to vibe with us for a minute because okay, I'm gonna tell you, you just be real. In Miami, it's just so like, it's different, bro. It's like, nigga, we been living like the rapper before and I'm just being real, it's just a stigma. Like, if we out in the club and we see a rapper, nigga, we probably some old one, nigga, for sure, isn't it? You know what I mean? So and I think that's what keep us back, because we ain't the nigga to take pictures. We ain't the nigga to, you know what I mean? We probably got it. A lot of niggas live like the rappers or act, you know what I mean? I already out there with the rappers, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then for that, I feel like I'm gonna just be real. It's a lot of niggas down there that got the bauble that just they can't keep that. And when you get to Broward, and it'll be real, Broward. And if I'm gonna be just real with it, y'all have more juice than mine. Y'all got more juice than mine, because you can see this. You can see the togetherness. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna have like, they have a togetherness, but it ain't get through like Broward. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real. You know what I mean? You done had Kodak, Cody P. Cody, who else? Cody P. God bless the dead, XXX. You know what I mean? So y'all listen, y'all produce. I'm gonna be real. Y'all produce because y'all get behind y'all artists. That's just what it is. Broward get behind Broward. Am I right or wrong? Oh,
Kind of it's the other way.
You think so?
Believe it or not, it's because Broward ain't got no sound.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? You got to be fair. Like, we'll know it because it'd be somebody from North Lauderdale, like extra from North Lauderdale. So he sound like the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Kodak from Pompano. He sound like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I also asked questions about people keeping up with the culture. Get what I'm saying? Because a lot of my opinion is like now the game kind of everybody going at whatever hot.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Trendy. Yeah, shit like that. Because Florida ain't even have no fucking drill music. Now Florida got drill rap because of Chicago.
Yeah, they were killed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the culture. Yeah, I'm keeping the culture. And like I say, me and him, we're doing bunch of shit, but I always throwing the what? That day academy thing. What we do, hit that through. Because I know if I can rap off that mother, if I can bring my style to that. Treezy done did it already. There's lot doing it. Free doing it. It's gonna come to a time where they're gonna be like, hey, and they already. You can hear it in the industry. They, you know what I mean? Khaled done did it. Dre done took our shit, and you know what I mean. So it's there, man. You know what I mean? All the flavor in South Florida. You already know that, bro. Broward Day got this shit. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna give it to her, I can say Broward. You know what I mean? Definitely.
No, I wasn't saying it to say who. I was just
speaking the truth.
yeah. I mean, because like I say, I'm from around here, and like it been a while. Like, you know what I'm saying. So that's why it's so new to people. You feel what I'm saying? But us, we used to it, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, we were talking earlier that you was with some people. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the reason why I asked, because a lot of people, just like how Ace Hood said, he was the reason why got Broward put on the map. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't.
But I think he had a hand into it. He definitely had a hand into it.
Yeah. But not really though, bro, because I mean, that just came later because of the way like rolling. Because we had Gigolo Tony, had Rap Teeny. You know what I'm saying? All them people was, man, they know that thing. They put their numbers together and they went with Loop Hill to WAP. Yeah, they paid. They were saying this, and don't nobody never call them boys out. And them boys been went on tour and did all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why the music is so hot around here. Just like how Luke Pop Dogs and all that shit, that made that music scene crank up downhill. You get what I'm saying? So I be tapping into the culture for real, for real. So I be trying to love it. You know what I'm saying? And so and I know you as a culture person. So let me see. Chart of artists, separation. All right, DJs. All right, you familiar with DJing?
Mm-hmm.
So who you say when you talk about a DJ and mic check it? You into mic check when it comes to DJing?
Yeah.
Old school mic check.
Hell yeah. Straps and all that shit. Well, you talking about both we going back to
Back. Yeah, that's like the other ad now. Who you'll say was a DJ that
You called it out. Okay.
other ad?
On ground. That was probably the first one I listened to his tapes. DJ Chipman, like I say, FL, DJ Chipman. You know what I mean? Big Daddy Comb, fucking, you feel me? Vicious Phone, you feel me? So I'm in that area, you know what I mean? But if I'm gonna say one, it'd be Al, because I hung with Al. You know what I mean? I used to go to the radio station with DJ Al, you know what I mean? Or he set up in the projects, whatever, on there, you know what I mean? So yeah, that'll be Uncle Al for me.
Yeah.
All this.
So when you aim at your music, you got a particular DJ you reach at. You got a particular DJ where you call your DJ.
DJ Raw. And I mean, having the strip club area, just have me. You have me in, you know what I mean? And then the Miami scene, you feel me? So it'll be DJ Raw, yeah.
Okay. And you think MJ still important?
They're very important, man. I think DJ is the single most connection from the artist to the people. You know what I mean? I guess now you have TikTok and all these social media that you can get to the people, but I'm more of, I ain't gonna say I'm still more of old school, but you still got to touch the DJs because the people still going to the club, still want to hear your shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, big up to the
I mean, but you got like now a lot of artists ain't because that's why they in that. That's why a lot of them they just
they grew up on the internet. You know what I mean? They ain't grew up in the era where we had to get out there like we was running for the government. You know what I mean? Hug people, kiss babies, put up posters. You know what I mean? Like we had to go out there and grind for it. You know what I mean? Now it's easy. They can just put the phone up and just set up and build their shit like that. You know what I mean? So a lot only like you don't fuck the DJ and then because then like you said, they says it's a YN game. You know what I mean? So that's what they say. You know what I mean? So we want the YNs. So most of them have management that can get them there. But far as them thinking like, and go to the DJ, that shit, like I'm gonna drop this bitch on. And you to move at my dog, you know what I mean? Play or whatever. So, but DJs is the most single thing. You know what I mean? From the artist to the peak. You know what I mean?
So like when you go to record a song or whatever, do you like aim at a reason? Like, oh, I'm this one right here, boy. This boy, the California might fuck with this.
Yeah, subject line. I think subject line is that's what I think that's where the game kind of fell off at because, you know what I mean? Yeah, my son rap too, so I be telling him like, come up with a subject, come up with something that you want to rap about, make the hook the subject line, and then from there now the music and the song your verses is easy because you have something to write off for 3 verses. Now you don't get writer's block or you don't this all you want to go 24 bar verse, you know what I mean? So subject line is definitely, yeah, you want to at least have some, because me and AB, we got pop songs. Yeah, we got songs that we do for the women, you know what I mean? And we might have our Dade County songs, you know what I mean? And then we might have our just out of the pocket songs, you know what I mean? So subject line is perfect for the artist. It gives the artist a vision. You know what I mean? Like I could be like, yo, this is what we rapping about, boom, boom, boom. Now you know what we going at. You know what I mean? Then just me getting on there and we just rap about a bunch of shit. But they do it now, and it's cool because you got an artist for it, so I ain't knocking nobody to do it. But for me, yeah, subject line is the best. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna put together a piece of movie.
Yeah, cause I was that, cause I mean, I asked that, cause boy, you see everywhere now. Yeah. It's like anything goes now.
But that's the reason why we ain't got nothing on the top 40 because everybody. How many times can you say the same shit over and over? You see what I'm saying? I heard that before. I heard, okay, you got a 100 round drum. Okay. So-and-so got that shit, yeah, it's the same old, same old. So how many times can you say the shit to make it interesting?
And then they come from, well, now the labels, the art, the labels know what they're doing. So the labels will do this. The labels will get a YN directly the money, right? So now the YN, you know the YN feel, or whoever feel, I ain't gotta listen to you. They gave me the money. Fuck, I'm listening to you for. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now I think that's the real. Cause when we was coming up, it still was a grind for it. You know what I mean? So even if you got the money, it still was some motherfucker on your head like, hey, this what we gotta do. This what record we putting out. This what we for the pattern. You know what I mean? And we gotta go do promo. We gotta go do this. We gotta go do that. You know what I mean? So
You think the game a little too real right now?
at this point,
Toward real, but what I mean by real is because I asked somebody else, I ain't good. It's like anything. Real is saying that the artist, okay, if it's a gangster artist, like he actually got to be a gangster. Cause it's taking like an artist can't be an artist to like, cause he could be having talent, but he got to be a real gangster. Or if he's not a real gangster, he's not supposed to rap about no gangster shit.
I think it's a perpetuate shit. There's some shit. Well, but it's like, I'm gonna be, and I ain't gonna get deep into it, but to get deep into it, you know what I mean? The labels push that shit, you know what I mean? Cause they give known gang members, they sign known gang members, you know what I mean? Because now we're gonna get deep into it. So most of these labels got ties to privatized prisons. So it's a agenda for them to sign the most wannabe gangster or whoever doing some real shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. Cause once you see he had the money, once you see they got the money, now it's a thing to come around, oh, now it's time to be a gangster, cause they paying us to be an ops, they paying us, you know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. It starts from the label, man. You know what I mean? Once you start glorifying that and giving money to that, and then you got a whole system itself that come back and take all that from you, lock you up, kill your vibe for like 5 or 6 years, and then when your ass get out, you got to fight for your buzz back, and you get what I'm saying. So it's all a game, man.
And you know, one dude, I saw an interview. I forgot who the brother was, but the dude said, you know, back in the day, in our era, you had the street niggas who had the bread. They would fund the talented nigga. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where now, the nigga that got the money, he like, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna pay my own shit. I'm gonna be the rapper.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the rapper.
Even though he ain't talented. You know he ain't talented.
Be the rapper.
But you see what I'm saying? So that's where we are. You know?
Say that, cause that's just like shit. I'm gonna say MC Hammer, for instance. Like a lot of people thought MC Hammer was this guy cause he was dancers. And then somebody tried MC Hammer and found out he was a dancer.
He was really a gangster.
See what I'm saying? Now it's a nigga, right? A nigga got to be a gangster. Everybody know he a gangster.
Cause that's the day they push it to. That's the shit they push it. Even if you late is paid and down, and now it came to the point where it's devalued rap now. You know? Yeah. So I think it's all agenda to devalue rap. You know, and that's why you don't see
every other genre.
Yeah, that's why you don't see a fucking rap song in the top 40. First time in fucking 30, 40 years. It's not a rap song in the top 40. Because that's what they did. Take me through that thing and all the other shit. Like, and it's cool, whatever, you know what I mean? But I think rap need to get back to being fucking male dominated rap. You know what I mean? Authentic. Yeah. And I think rap with again. I'm all your male authority. You know what I mean? We need to get through. And I don't say the old niggas or new, you know, it just need to have some type of social commentary, some type of substance back into it. You know what I mean? And that's what it's missing. That's all. You know what I mean? Young or old, we just need social commentary, some type of substance back into the rap. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then have fun again. You know what I mean? It's too fucking, it's too pressure. You know what I mean? It's too, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too, like, niggas killed, and you know what I mean? And it's like, it's dangerous to be a rapper now. It was like that. Never was like that. That shit was separated. You know what I mean? We tried to keep, you know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about it, whatever, but actually get back out there doing it. No, nigga, that's why we doing this for. Yeah. I have to do that shit, nigga. What the fuck is that? Hold on.
But one of my students made a good point. What's the main thing that they have that we didn't have in our generation coming up? The fucking internet.
Yeah, sensationalized the internet.
So when you're talking about the internet ain't doing nothing but making the world smaller. So when we came up, you listen to Houston music. You can hear Houston, a producer from Houston, and you know that this nigga's from Houston. You can hear some West Coast shit. You know that this nigga's from the West Coast, East Coast, where everybody's music had their own identity. But now, you know what I'm saying, it seems to the point where, like, my students, I'm listening to their beats. Well, I teach at a jail, juveniles getting tried as adults. So these are some real fucking killers. So to the point where these little niggas, I'm listening, I let them go on YouTube, pick some beats. All the beats they picking is Detroit drill music. You know what I'm saying? Drill beats. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas is straight from Dave, straight from, you know what I'm saying, the pork and beans, the subs. Yeah. Down south, you know what I'm saying, Florida City, all these little niggas is all rapping on the same shit. So I'm like, okay, well, how come y'all don't have no identity? But little dude told me, he said, well, we got the internet and everything is being funneled to sound like one sound, in a sense. So whatever's, I said, damn, boy, for your ass to be up in here, you don't need to be up in here, man. But yeah, bro, but that shit made so much sense to me. So it's the fucking internet that's making everything collide, you know what I'm saying? And then it's the same. Everything sounds the same.
That's why I be asking though. That's why I asked that. That's why I asked that question, because I be hearing my son be trying to make me listen to stuff like everybody sounds the same. Like I don't hear the difference. It's that food. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's something.
Yeah, it's something, but I salute him. I salute him. Cause I don't want. One thing about me is I don't want to sound like my dad was sounding like towards us. You know what I'm saying? But I will say the only connection that we had that was really because they taught us our music. Our parents influenced us to the point where it's in our music. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to figure out where their influence is. You know what I'm saying? It just seems I can only date back to like Lil Wayne or something like that. That's their, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? That's their, KRS-One.
Nah, but that ain't even your Weezy no respect.
And that's true that. But I'm just trying to figure out where that part, but where it stemmed from,
What they do, they skip. Listen, what they doing is they skip because you got too much sense. So that's why they're trying to make it. They try to manipulate it like, oh, so it's a young man's game, because you can keep fooling the young man. Yeah, I can get a new artist, you keep fooling. That's why they don't want you managed. That's why I don't want no old, you know what I mean, the older, because we gonna act like we know the game now. Yeah, we know the shit. That's why they try to put the young towards the old, so the message will never get back. We don't pay the money. Give money. They won't. Once you give money, they won't listen to the old nigga no more. Well, I got money. I listen to you. You ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So now the message ain't getting the message ain't getting relayed to them. You know what I mean? And that's the fucking bridge. We had the bridge. We sat down. I don't give a fuck how much money we had, nigga. I mean, you know that. I don't give a fuck how much money you had, nigga. Sit your ass down, bro. Yeah. Listen, this what we doing. Listen to old heads. Hell yeah. He would be cranking shit up for. Yeah. Hold up, nigga. Do this, do that, nigga. You know what I mean? We did it, and it wasn't no like he's sonning you. He's showing you before you be a chief, you gotta go through this Indian stage. Always be an Indian mode. Always be able to work the field and be a boss. Always, you know what I mean? Because as a leader, you want to be able to translate through your work. You don't translate through talking. You translate through showing them, getting out here and hey, they seeing you doing this, you know what I mean, by example, you know what I mean? So, and that's where the shit going at, because they know what they doing. They're getting money to him won't give it to you or won't give it to a whole. They'll take them over here and be like, "Give me what is this for?" Look, I got you. I know a couple of guys there, so I put you on and make sure you know what I mean. Now you going back. I don't need you no more. And that's what come. You hear the always. The manager that got him there, they never be there with him because he cut him all. He come in, give him the money, and he already thank you know what I mean? And then 7 years later, it be calling, man, you know, you did to me, man. I don't believe them fella play with me. Like, yeah, nah, like, they want to play with you if you was there. You had some representation. So that's where it's coming. I only talk, but that's what I think that's the big thing. The message can get relayed. We can't get laid. Cause they ain't listen, you already know. You know, your son, yeah, my son, his son, we can talk, you know what I mean? So it's like a tribal thing now. When it used to be everybody can get, if you be on the corner, they can see you doing some wild shit, and they be like, yo, K-ass home, bro. You know what I mean? You playing football, you don't need to be up here. You know what I mean? So it ain't like that no more. We can't, it ain't like that no more. We're not relay the message.
So you when you approach your music now, do you like do you try to keep positive or you try to like how you approach your music these days? Like what you try to keep up with times or you remain in your own zone?
I remain in my own zone. I remain in my own zone, but I always try to, always try to be up with the times, not of the times, but up with the times, social wise, subject wise, what's going on, you know what I mean? But always just kind of, always, definitely, never, never trendy, you know what I mean? Always doing my own shit, always trying to be evolving, you know what I mean? Futuristic, you know what I mean? Because like I say, I come from music. I know where it's at. I know where it come from. I know where it's going to be at. It's going to be right there where I'm for plot. Yeah, on straight up.
So now these days, right? When you be giving people your music or whatever, how they take it? Like old people, do they still try to push it the same? Will they be like, man, you know how some of these guys be chasing the youth, or chasing the sun?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you get some motherfuckers that say, "Oh, this dated," or yeah, I mean, it's outdated or whatever. But you know what I mean? It's really on you, man. It's really on you. You got to keep pushing yourself.
I'm saying, by so many of these older artists popping back off, you be revamping some of your old music? I mean, I see what's going
Yeah, drive by, see.
There's more videos, the songs, you have 10 years.
What we doing, we just, cause I feel like that's done. Like me when you know what I mean? Like when I drop the song, it's over. So what me and AB doing is we just we just revising, an old sound and making it a new sound.
And you trying to be nosy, tell what's how I go, no, and you dug it too. He did it all, he like, he did what to say, I'm trying to figure out, Roach all got through, bro, y'all. Yeah, it's okay. We see you sweet, we try.
This is like, it's like the state of music right now. You know what I mean? Where it's going at. So it's like I'm an artist, man. I do hip I do R&B. I come from South Africa. You know what I mean? You had to do everything. You know what I mean? Because you get it in that. It was like you get in their face, nigga. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? I sing, I rap. Man, I don't want to leave the room. You know what I mean? You don't have to look for nobody else. So me and AV on some pop shit. I want some Flow Rider Pitbull. And you know what I mean, so we gonna switch it up. Some dance, some music. Yeah, let's go another route. See what that takes us, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because the goal is the goal. Sometimes the plan may have to switch, you know what I mean, to get to the goal. You know what I mean? But the goal is the goal, yeah. But it get funky. Yeah, it get funky.
I know I'm back to family, but cause you, there live one time, we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we definitely got we got a pump vibe, right? I mean, one day I walked this through, he was playing that shit. What the frick is this stuff? And I swear to God, dude. But on it, that shit came to me like 15 seconds, right? When it was such a big ass. Like it's yeah. He always is sparked it.
Walking that studio down there. Oh, that's another one too. I was gonna ask you too. Studio vibe, cause you see how EB said there. You think that a few that type of vibe, a big fancy studio with all the What give you your
I done did both, man. I done did both. But I like the inter vibe. I like we, you know what I mean? That me and the producer, you know what I mean? And then even if no matter what, AV always, AV always upgrading new shit. And then it's just this is just an energy you are in this house. You know what I mean? It's just I think he cultivates energy. You know what I mean? We walk in the house, we walk in that motherfucker, you feel me? It's just a vibe. You know what I mean? There. Y'all, you know what I mean? So I definitely enjoy that as it's a vibe. Even if we get the bigger studio, I know we still gonna have our little room or our room where we create and we can just be fine off, you know what I mean?
so you got a top 10?
Top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who your top 10?
Rap.
Yeah. 5 then. Okay, give me 5.
5.
5. Jada. Jada Kiss. I know he's talking about me say Jada.
Yeah.
I just repeat and make sure Jada knows Jada.
Yeah. 5 would be Jada. 3 would be Face Mob.
The group?
Cautious.
Okay.
3 would be 6. Face Mob. Gotta go Andre. Andre 2. And Partner More.
Tupac? Yeah. Partner More. Paul was gay?
Was he a gangster?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he was a gangster. I think he was just real motherfucker. Like he was an artist. You know, he was an artist at heart. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he can get gangster. I think it was a part. You know what I mean? It's just not so. You know what I mean? It was too easy. You know what I mean? So it was a part of him can be militant and on this shit, and you know what I mean? Don't take that shit. But it was a part of him that was gentle and had a heart and see a little kid. You know what I mean? So I fuck with that. You know what I mean? When I grew up on that. You know what I mean? So that's my top 5. That's my top 5. You J.A. and I put face with it, but
Yeah. So what we can look at? What's up? What's up? Coming? What's next? It's 2026. I would say 2026 right now.
26 on the way.
We on the wire there right now.
I mean, I got dirty things coming, man. Before the drop of this pops is in there, man. You feel me? 5:15. 5:15. You feel me? January 9th, 5:15, quarter to 5. You put it. You feel me? I'm dipping in. We dipping in some what do you call it? Uncharted territory. I mean, feel me? So we got motherfucker 5:15 January 9th. It's a pop song, dance song. You gonna love it. You gonna vibe. It's new from your old vibe, new sound. You know what I mean? I'm about to reinvent myself. I'm about to come back and that's just other shit, you feel me? So that's what it is and shit, man. We're gonna keep dropping these singles, man. We're gonna try to show up on everything. Yeah, I got it we doing we'll do say to Ebonically Speaking on Bill, so now feed this motherfucker. Shout out Adam, shout out to Ebonically Speaking, shout out A, feel me? Everybody the fuck what you so that's just what it is. And you can hit me on me up Chuck Treezy there, man. Chuck motherfucker Treezy.
So let me ask you this. Think is some like artists that you want to work with that you ain't worked with yet? You might have an opportunity to work with.
What's you in mind? Definitely wouldn't mind working with Paul. Shit, Bill Lilly. You feel me? Home team shit, you know what I mean? Mike Smith, you feel me? So yeah, man. I wanna work, I wanna really collaborate with home. Some love up shit too. So let's see what I'm doing.
Just you know what I'm saying? You don't got nobody town who what are your favorite? Like who one of your favorite artists? He's like, no, right? It's who not no old artist,
No, just right now.
Right now, yeah, right now.
Wake up.
Gun?
Yeah, I like God. If he was a young man. Yeah. Cause I know he gonna Gemini, you know what I mean? That's probably probably gonna. If I can say right now, give me you can get any feature right now. Yeah, it'd be Gunna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be Gunna?
Yeah, it'd be Gunna.
I like I thought. Okay, what local artist you might want to work with that you ain't had a chance to work with yet?
Shit, Ball. I got some shit with Ball. You feel me?
Yeah. If you tried to holler at me before?
Yeah. I had to reach out to him. Yeah. I'm a type of nigga. I'm gonna get it popping first. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I want to get it popping. Let him see what the fuck I'm doing. That's what, and I know how he move. You know what I mean? That's my main man. So I know how he move. You want to see some shit moving, you feel me? So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that'll be, you know what I mean? That'll be it. Cause I don't work with a couple of them already. I don't work with Dez. I don't work with Cree. You know what I mean? I don't work with, you know what I mean? A couple of more artists down there. So that's the only one I ain't really get on with. And it's overdue. It's overdue, really.
You want to pick up a recording the session again?
Yeah, hell yeah. Straight.
I mean, it's like that all the time?
Yeah, man. I've been so, man, listen, only time I was signed to this group. And for 2002, 2003, and that's when him and God bless the day, him and bro was still together. You know what I mean? So I've been doing pics since like 2001. Yeah, I mean since I was rapping little, so he knows. I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. How many songs y'all got?
Who you gonna pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I really got like 3. So overall, over the years, I probably got about 6 on pills. Over the years, I mean, because I done did some other shit with another dude. And probably 2012, me and Pig was end up somewhere in the studio and we were by the dance. So we've been bumping heads and vibing ever since. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro. Nah, I got one more question. Well, not one more, I got a few more, but this one right here. The car culture, right? How you feel about it right now? What kind? Okay, wait. Are you a dog bag? What's your you a low rider kind of nigga?
No.
Old school caddy kind of?
Like, well, yeah, if I grab one, if me, I'll grab a 6'8". I'm a 6'8" top, short somebody.
West Coast.
Just not the 6'8" Chevy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, not really. I think, and if it is it West Coast?
I always look at that like that. Niggas out west like the 60s,
Yeah.
and niggas over here like the 70s.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember my dog had all that 6'8" Chevy, that short body, that from that power, that SS. You know what I mean? If it was some old school, I never was a 7'2", 7'1". I like to don't get it twisted, but yeah, I mean, me, I ain't gonna lie, I probably know what a BMW M packages. So that why I care.
You foreign, foreign. That's what's up, bro. Hey, what's up, man? I'm glad you came through, AB. You know, hey, you want to do got something you want to drop?
Oh yeah, my God.
You want to go outside and set this microphone up?
I get it.
Got this drop microphone on someone, man, to sing. Okay. Yeah, hey, tell them where to follow you at again.
Man, y'all follow me on.
This the first one, too. My bad, not to cut y'all. This first one, we got more coming.
You better believe it, man. Chuck Treezy, CHUCKEBZY on TikTok, Instagram. Chuck the God on Instagram, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's Chuck Treezy, know everything, you feel me? Motherfucker, ChuckTreezy.com too. You go ahead and check out all my latest with shit. YouTube, Chuck Treezy, you feel me? I'm dropping January 9th, 5:15. Y'all check out my YouTube, check out my motherfucking Apple Music, all that good shit, you feel me? Shout Ebonically Speaking, you feel me? Appreciate you for having me over, my brother. You know what I mean? And the last interview of 2025, the first one of 2026. I did it with my brother, you feel me? AB, appreciate you, my dear.
Yes, sir. All love.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, yeah, man?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
AV 305.
I was coming over.
Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad.
Huh? You gotta be here, so he's naturally go around too.
My bad.
this up, man. But they you doing features? What you got for one?
Man, I'm doing features, man. Y'all just hit me up, man. Chuck Treezy, man. And yeah, more the feature. I do the hooks. I write the music. You feel me? I got the beat. I got the beat maker over here, the producer, super producer over here. So yeah, I'm doing features all year. Fuck with me, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, now, AB, where they can reach at, man?
IG, Clockwork 305, TikTok, Clockwork 305, Facebook, Clockwork Tracks. All right, so yeah.
Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, serious inquiries only.
Serious.
Serious. Don't play. That's a Grammy nominated producer right here we talking to, real talk. Can we tap in on that a little bit? When you thought I was gonna slip back at that Grammy?
Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You get it to the microphone. He thought I was going to see it as that Grammy nomination.
Hey.
Yep. Just say that Grammy nominated producer. Something.
Yeah. Shout out to Amari Hardwick.
Who that is? Cause they don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know that nigga. That's the brother Ghost from from that Ghost show, Power. You know. So yeah, he does his thing with the spoken word. So he put out a album, Concrete and Whiskey, Volume 1. And yeah, I happened to do some work on that. So yeah, it got Grammy nominated. We didn't win this year, but he got Grammy nominated this year. So him and Anthony Hamilton. So they should do their thing this year. So I wasn't on this project, but the last project I was on. So yeah.
You elevated the vibe.
Absolutely. Shout out to them.
And tell them again, they went the
Oh, you know.
no call with us.
Oh, you know, just holler at me when you're ready, and when you're really ready.
So you ever look to get behind the artist? Like just an artist that you want to be, that's one artist outside the show. We know y'all say, I'm saying. But I'm talking about like one of these lions, maybe.
You know,
feel about that?
I just gotta find one that respects what was laid before. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like what Chuck spoke on, they get that money from the others, and then won't even listen to what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So I mean, I'm still keeping my options open. I'm always looking for a YN. You know what I'm saying, to keep this shit going. But you know, the time will tell.
How you feel about the older artists?
You know,
Right now.
I don't. You know, they need to come out, drop more music, just drop, keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? If you're talented, drop.
That's real.
You know, fuck all this other shit that, you know, hey, if you ain't got to spend all this goddamn money on videos no more. These YNs, I'm looking at all my students when they looking at YouTube. Every YouTube video that I'm looking at on their computer, I'm like, okay, same thing. Nigga with a shiesty mask, looking like little ninjas with their little tight ass shit on. You know what I'm saying? And niggas with the sticks. And, you know, and that's just it. It's the same old. But they all watching different videos, but it's all the same video. You know, so that's the thing about it where I just know that they got to be introduced to something else. You know what I'm saying? I had one lesson with them where I made them listen to Nas's Rewind song. I don't know if y'all remember that song. He spoke backwards. He told a story backwards. You know what I'm saying? These little niggas lost their minds. So I said, what do y'all have that's equivalent to this? You know what I'm saying? Who's y'all niggas that y'all listen to that does creative shit like that? Crickets. So, you know, that's just what it is. They have the talent, but they just need to. Artist development, where's that shit at? He listen to the wrong niggas.
They homeboy, they hit a lick, get a big fake air chain, yup, and not in the leader.
It's spot on, bro. Spot on. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's some real shit.
Not in the league. And now if he fuck around and keep getting some money, he remain in the league. So now they getting led by bitches that don't even know what they You get
Real shit, bro.
okay. So I just wanted to ask you that. Now we finna go outside, set the microphone up to Sub Tree, say you got something very special.
Yes, sir.
You know, get it on like quick.
Doom.